Okay. So we're going to start off tonight with the our second public hearing to review the draft zoning bylaw. So I'm going to call the hearing to order. I just went over attendance in the town office. We have myself, Lauren, Chelsea, Paul Candle, and Fawn. I'm going to butcher your last name. Kaplowski. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Paul. Yes, please sign it. And I think Daniel's on his way. So I wasn't here for the last hearing, so I apologize if this is redundant, or maybe that's okay. But the and Paul Kendall, I invite you to elaborate on this point as well in terms of introducing the bylaw. But I this is kind of the final part of the process to amend the existing zoning bylaw. And the Planning Commission has worked for many, many months to complete amendments to the bylaw that was in existence or that is currently in effect. The initial goal was to update the bylaw in accordance with several other kind of policy sets that the town was looking to update in terms of its zoning bylaw. And there's been many other changes made as well as citizens have weighed in over the last year that this has been in process. So we're giving citizens a second opportunity, at least with the select board, to offer any comments or ask any questions about the bylaw. We did make some clarifying amendments that were administrative in nature and in our view, not substantive in nature after the amendments were transmitted from the Planning Commission. And that has been posted online and has been available at the town office for the last couple weeks. So I'll open up uh, the citizens' comments portion of our hearing to see if anyone has any questions or comments. Do you have any, Fawn? This is your first time participating, so yeah. Do you have any specific comments that you want to provide? Okay. Um, I mean, I think we provided some clarification at the last meeting in terms of some of the questions we were investigating in terms of the impact of expanding the conservation district and things like that. So we've kind of gone over that. Paul, did you have any other questions or comments? Okay. Um, we have just Lou and Kyle and Paul. Yeah. So if there aren't any specific questions, then we can move on to any specific comments and we can move on to discussion. Is there any discussion? This is our,
Megan,
oh,
just a
yeah.
clarification. Discussion typically doesn't happen at the hearing.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah. Usually it's
Okay.
just take comments and then close the hearing, and you can discuss in the meeting. But there are no
Okay.
comments apparently, so.
Yeah. If there's no comments,
Well,
um,
I just want to
oh,
follow up on that. Sorry, a little bit.
that's okay.
If Kyle and Paul are planning to attend the select board meeting, then I'm fine holding off on my comments and questions. But if either of them are planning to leave, I'd like to open a topic for discussion at this part of the hearing.
Is that okay,
So,
Kyle?
Yeah, it's I'm sorry, I'll clarify. Discussion on taking actions on making changes is
Oh, okay.
more, but yeah, there can be just more general discussion and comment taking place.
Okay.
great, thank you. So Megan, you just referenced that at the last meeting, the last select board meeting, December 2nd, at which I was not able to be in attendance because it was my sister's 80th birthday party in Memphis, Tennessee. Um, apparently there was discussion about the rationale for the expansion of the conservation district west of 12A. That's my area. That's the area that I have questions about. I think the planning commission has done a fabulous job at updating our zoning ordinance to bring it into compliance with a lot of sections of New Vermont law. I think the Planning Commission has done a great job fielding questions and suggestions from the public and answering those questions, and if not adopting the suggestions, responding to providing a rationale for why they might not adopt a suggestion. So I think the Planning Commission has done a great job. I was actively involved in a lot of that process and was unaware, probably my own fault, of that expansion. So I'm just interested in what you all may have covered at the last meeting, and I'm sorry to ask to go over old ground, but it's important for me to be able to cast my ballot.
Yeah, so just to clarify, Lou, we actually didn't cover the rationale. So maybe Paul could speak to that if you're willing, Paul. But we did cover the impact on current landowners that currently own land in the conservation district and how they would be impacted by some of the land use restrictions that would come into effect under the new bylaw with the expansion of the mapped conservation district area. So that was what we covered. And the short story is that, you know, those landowners' rights in terms of those uses would essentially be grandfathered in, and it wouldn't have um, much of a significant impact in terms of, you know, the their existing acreage and other restrictions in that regard.
Except perhaps someone who's in rural one right now that's being converted into conservation. If they had 20 acres of land, they could presently subdivide that lot into two 10-acre lots. But when it becomes conservation with a minimum lot size of 25 acres, those people would not be able to do that any longer. So there are some significant impacts potentially. I don't know whether there's any lot that fits that description, but that's just one that comes to mind.
Right. No, I think that's fair.
And so my question is really, what was the discussion? What motivated that change? What considerations were given? We might change that, but what impact might that change have on the rest of R1 east of 12A? It's a big change that I think could have significant impacts. And, it was not discussed at the January forum. It wasn't included on the summary sheet of hot topics for that. I've gone back into the minutes of the Planning Commission and can't find anything particular about the Planning Commission's consideration of that change. And so I'm just looking for that rationale so we can understand why that happened.
Okay, I think Paul's gonna try to answer your question.
Thank you.
I think there's a distinction that needs to be made between the town plan.
Yeah.
And the zoning ordinance.
Yep.
The town plan, which is what proposed and changed the map for future land use, went through the public hearing process, was reviewed and went through the public hearing process by the select board, and was adopted unanimously by the select board. So what you see in terms of the green area
Was
done then
Yeah.
is not the zoning ordinance. It's the town plan. The zoning ordinance is supposed to translate the town plan into an actionable and administratable entity. So what you have now before you in terms of the zoning ordinance for the conservation district is the distances and the lot sizes and the dimensions and all that sort of thing for any lot in the green area. It does not make a distinction as to where that green area is, because that green area was established by the town plan that's been
Okay.
adopted.
Okay.
All right. So the concern that has lately arisen, it did not come up during the review of the town plan.
It was already done.
And it did not come up at the forum last January, and it did not come up until this last public hearing, basically, of the select board. Is a very late starter, and I'm not saying that it is not worthy of consideration, but it raises a difficulty in how and through what forum or what process
Mhm.
you have to review that concern. Because you can't now say, well, in part A of the conservation district, X applies, but in part B because there's no part A and there's no part B, okay?
Right.
It's just all in the conservation district.
Yeah.
So this is the difficulty that I see that Lou is raising. I'm not opining whether it's right or wrong. I'm simply saying, I think we've got a process problem here,
Right.
Yeah.
okay?
So it sounds like, Lou, to dig into the reason for the change, we would need to explore the documentation that accompanied the update to the town plan, and not necessarily the update to this bylaw, is what.
Yeah, I understand what Paul is saying, and thank you, Paul.
Okay.
That's very responsive to my question. I will say that that future land use map in the town plan is just one page of the town plan. It's not referenced anywhere in the town plan. It's not said what's supposed to happen to it, that as of this date or when it's adopted by a zoning ordinance. Not only do we maybe have a process problem, but not unreasonably, we might have, a language problem as well. But I do understand the intent, and I hear what you're saying, Paul. And so, because I know how, vigilant the planning commission is about, going through this very cumbersome process. I appreciate that reminder and accept it as responsive to my concern. Thank you.
Okay.
The only other comment I would make, Lou, is that in preparing that future land use map, okay, the planning commission was being responsive to a number of state objectives in terms of protecting major corridors for animals and so forth, as well as topographical features and so forth. And as they would also tie into and be related to the town plans of adjacent towns. Because particularly the larger, and we're talking about essentially the area west of 12A, ties into other towns.
Yeah.
And so the one of the state objectives is to have a rational approach to land use planning across town lines.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah, because that section of Granville and Rochester is.
exactly, yeah. So I would that is what you would be raising in terms of going back and reconsidering the area, particularly west of 12A. So
Okay.
there we go.
Sounds good. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay. All right, then we'll close the public hearing and move into our regular select board meeting. And I apologize to the folks on Zoom because we're going to take a little field trip for the beginning of our select board meeting. Lauren's going to take us over to the town garage so that we can take a look at the floor, which is a topic that we're going to consider under the highway report. So we're just going to do that initially. So we're going to we're gonna walk over there. So you guys are gonna have to just hang out for a few minutes. Go make a cup of tea or something.
I think you do need to take an action to close the public hearing.
Oh, I will do that. I will make a motion that we close the public hearing to review the draft zoning bylaw. Thank you, Paul.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. I'm going to pause the recording. And we will be back. Okay. So, we are now moving into our regular select board meeting portion of the evening. Taking a look at the agenda, I think, Jesse, we're just starting the regular meeting. I think we're good, although, did you say you needed an executive session?
Yes, I do for
Oh.
personnel.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, so we're gonna add an executive session after payroll or personnel matter. And I don't think we had anything else to add. Does anybody have anything? Anyone online? Okay. I'm gonna skip ahead to the item under old business zoning well, hold on. First, sorry. Let's approve the minutes. I'm all over the place here. We have draft minutes from December 2nd, 2025, our regular select board meeting. Does anybody have any questions or comments about those minutes?
Move to approve.
All second. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Abstain, wasn't there.
Okay, thanks, Lou. And then citizens comments. Fawn or Paul, any citizens comments?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, so let's skip down to zoning bylaw, hearing discussion, since we just had our second public hearing. Is there any other discussion or questions or ideas about the draft zoning bylaw based on the draft that has been posted?
No.
Okay. Kyle, in making a motion to adopt the Braintree Unified Bylaw, is there anything in particular that we need to say or do, or should we just make a motion?
Just make a motion. And yeah, if it gets adopted, then it goes into effect 21 days from the vote for adoption.
Okay, 21 days from today.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Jesse, did you have any other discussion on the bylaw before we go? Okay. Then I'll make a motion that we adopt the Braintree Vermont Unified Bylaw as amended on December 16th, 2025, which will come into effect 21 days from today's date.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Just quickly, does the front page of that still say 2010, or does it say, is there an updated date on it? Just make sure we have a new date.
Can't update that until we know.
Yeah, we can update
Okay.
it as of
Great.
this evening,
Just
Lou.
want
Thank
to
you.
make that note. Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Any other discussion? All right. All those in favor? Aye. Okay, great. Thanks, everyone. Thanks to the planning commission for your hard work. Okay. Let's go back up to the highway report. Lauren, do you want to
Got a notebook.
go through your notes?
Truck bodies.
Thank you,
So-
Kyle. Sorry, I just want to say thanks, Kyle. You don't have to hang out. if you don't want
Okay.
to.
Thank you, everyone.
So I got.
Mm.
You got 'em.
I have it.
These out.
You have it. You're good. I have my own copy.
So Fairfield will supply a Temco body for about $10,000 more, and he says they're only 10 months out, but a salesman will tell you anything you want to hear.
Are we the town of Thetford? Or did he just give us a quote from another town?
They're both, no,
Well, 'cause
he
it's
just
just
gave
in
us a quote from Thetford because
Okay. I
he
was,
said,
Okay.
he said ours was gonna be similar.
okay, he was being
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Efficient or
efficient,
something?
yes.
No,
Or
he was
lazy?
getting behind. He was getting behind, so he had to,
Gotcha, okay.
I told him I wanted something for tonight to look at.
Okay.
I was shocked when I saw the price.
Okay.
And then Viking,
Oh,
I believe he's being honest with me. He says they're a year and a half out and it's 107. For their body.
like a year and a half if we ordered it like today.
Right.
Okay.
But we have 3 months to decide if we would like that one versus the 1 month from 2 days
I
ago
would
to
suggest
decide on the other.
order no later than July.
No, I know, what I'm saying is that this offer is only valid for a month. In theory, the one that's from
Right.
Fairfield.
He said the guy from Viking said,
Yeah, because we're not gonna have to ask the voters because we
No,
can,
Because it'll still be spent in the
Yeah.
year it's supposed to be spent in. so-
right, and we're not doing financing.
we don't have to order the truck, but in order to get
Just-
in line,
Right,
we need to order.
But enough that we have to ask the voters about it? Isn't it the term of years
Right,
if it's over a 5-year term?
so no,
So we don't have to ask the voters because it's less than a 5-year term. So then we could order it. Yeah, we could order it like
Yeah,
pronto.
I
Yeah,
think we should.
Yeah.
Just because if we go with Fairfield, with Viking, it's
okay.
year and a half out.
So let's
I would like to go take a look at a Viking bonds.
Yeah.
Before ordering.
do you know a town that has one?
No, one, I think Randolph may have one.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But he did tell me Warren does, so that all those types of Viking bodies.
Okay. So for the next meeting, Lauren, can we also look at truck quotes then? Because we haven't even decided what truck to buy, right? Or
No, but
did I miss
I
that?
don't think we need to look at a truck yet. I mean, if you order, they're only, I can ask again, but he said only 3 to 4 months to build one.
Oh, okay.
So
So this is the issue. We need to order
This is the important one, right?
Okay, and they can build it,
Ask them again.
but do they need to know what truck we're buying before they can start building it?
So,
Okay,
because they're all gonna take a 14-foot body.
okay.
Small wing setup. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yep, so anyway, that's that.
Well-
Give you a sticker shock. Truck's probably gonna be around 180,000. What it
Okay,
was last one, 180. Yeah, just for the truck and trailer. Yeah.
This we can't do the lease option on, but you wanna know about lease options for
The truck,
truck, right?
if they-
like
if
lease
they
to own
were-
options like we're doing on the.
There you
Greater.
and we were just saying while you're outside that we could order this now because we don't need to ask the voters to buy this truck because our lease or our financing term will be not,
less than 5.
yeah, less than 5 years, so we won't have to ask the voters.
This is through the state low,
If we could get it.
Yeah,
or it'll be a lease like we did with the other. And it's fine.
So that's the trucks. Bodies,
okay,
forward to the garage. We talked over there, but we gotta talk here.
yeah.
Oh,
Did you have anything else on your list before we go back to the floor? or-
I got more, but yeah, do the floor now if you want. real quick.
Okay.
Most of it shouldn't be too long, I think.
Okay, so it sounds like Lauren's looking into a quote for the floor, but I was also wondering, just since Jesse wasn't there, if we turned it into a radiant floor project, if we could use our MERP money, because we would have to replace the heating system in order to do that. And our MERP funds would potentially cover an upgrade to a pellet boiler that would support a radiant floor system.
So, speaking from experience, you would have to wash off every speck of salt every single day, put it in there. To have a heated floor,
Oh, I see.
because
Yeah.
the heat radiating up onto the salt, onto the truck will eat through it in no time.
That's coming from what,
Experience.
yeah,
Me putting a truck into a radiant or garage and having nothing left.
Gotcha. That's good to know. What's the cleaning protocol for the trucks right now? Do you wash them?
If the weather's, in the twenties, the boys wash them off, like this today, they washed them off.
Yeah, outside, obviously.
That's right.
but it's not happening at like 4 AM when it's 4 below the parking trucks.
Well. About 4 AM.
Fine.
Was your vehicle oil undercoated?
Good question. Not sure, it's a while ago, so I don't know.
Yes, we
I
can.
feel like we did, but maybe
We
not.
don't.
Yeah.
We'll do
Would
it.
that change? Because you guys oil undercoat the trucks, I imagine, or you don't?
No, but we could.
That's probably not a bad plan.
Yeah.
And that'll, help them last longer anyway.
Mhm. Mm-hmm.
But that might be a happy
Offset.
medium
Yeah,
of offsetting. You're right, the drying action will
Speed it up.
speed it up because it crystallizes everything. But an oil truck, if especially if you use that, whatever it is, if you do it once a year, whether it's bio oil or New Hampshire undercoating or whatever. That stuff seems to
Yeah.
handle it much better because it stays wet.
Was there anything else the MERT money was gonna go for?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, windows, stuff in here, other stuff in the garage. I mean, they might. Well, yeah, I mean, the first question is when I talked to Harry at Two Rivers because the auditors didn't recommend a pellet boiler system in the garage. It is an eligible use of the funding, but because the audit didn't reflect that that was a recommendation, we would have to go to the state and say, listen, the auditors didn't recommend this, but this is what we want. Will you approve the use of the funds for this purpose? They might say no. Like the state might say no. But
Doesn't hurt to ask.
no, I'll absolutely ask and see if we can get an idea of what it would cost to do the floor in conjunction with that project and then have the boiler, and we would need to install a holding unit for the pellets and
plus you're gonna have to insulate, cause it's not gonna make much sense.
But
for
to
the
insulate the
previous
floor.
system. Well, insulate the whole building.
right. And the audit did call for that, obviously.
Right.
So but it could totally wipe out our funding. We only have
So basically,
140,000.
I get my toilet and that's.
And then that's all.
over here.
Yeah, right.
You already got heat pumps.
Yep.
Be full.
Yeah, but we're gonna just tear it all down and rebuild it.
When is that happen?
We did a whole feasibility thing, yeah.
I know, but
They got people.
You don't have the 25 mil in your back pocket?
I know.
This building?
Yeah.
But you can also set the
One.
boiler up so you can shut off you heat the floor if the trucks are coming in dirty.
Yeah, right.
That's why.
Right.
Have like different zones where you can turn off different zones.
Yeah.
Turn off the zone against the floor.
right.
I just
I have radiant in my garage. My car's okay so far, but I
Okay.
probably don't have as much salt in my car as trucks.
I just-
maybe.
I hate to worry about completely draining that account because I know there were things that we need
Yeah.
to do here.
I mean, the other thing is we've got to spend the money by the end of next year. So TikTok.
Let's get on.
Yeah. All right. I'll ask the state. I'll find out if we can even do it. They might say no, and then we can go back to
Go back to
plan
the
A.
original plan.
Yeah.
I'd say yes.
But they might say yes. I like your positivity. All right. Well, we'll revisit that next meeting. All right, Lauren.
So
What?
we cut some trees up for the grants and aid up on Braintree.
Okay.
Actually Sam volunteered to do it because we used my hand getting the machine up there. He couldn't get up there one day and needed some sand.
Okay.
Now, so we took him up some sand. He said, I'll cut the trees for you down through there. Is if you want it done. Yep, perfect. So we swapped that out,
Nice.
so that's done. We gonna,
Yeah. Yeah, I drove by there the other day. It's cutting down a lot of trees.
the test holes, he told me December 3rd, you have to say January.
Oh,
So,
okay.
they're
That'll
not
be
being
fun.
Until January, so.
Okay.
We'll run through Brook there.
Yeah.
Chris Bunk has a retirement party on
Oh, yeah.
Thursday from 1 to 3.
Yep.
See if that Jared to go to, and if there's anybody else wants to go with me.
I gotta take kids to the doctor.
Yeah. I can't. I got work stuff, but
And we talked about
Huh?
I said, I'll be at work.
yeah. Feel free to represent Braintree. Thanks for
Lou,
doing.
you gonna be around?
I think Lou has a busy week.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of a hacking fit. I'll be back.
Okay.
So I guess the only other thing I have is Farnsworth Brook Road. There's a bank up there that's 70-80 feet
Yeah.
down,
Mhm.
straight to the brook. There's no guardrails through there,
I always think about that when I drive on that road.
and I measured it up. It's like 1,040 feet
Mm-hmm.
to install some guardrails there.
There's that grant.
Do we have?
Yeah, I
It
don't
says
know.
that it's for
What
no
that?
new installation.
Yeah, like Granny.
Yeah, it's replacing.
Oh, the one we were gonna talk about?
Yeah, the one that's on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked.
That's too bad. That's silly.
Fix the ones that we got broke or need to be fixed.
My intrusive thoughts always
So we
think
have
about
one,
this. when I drive.
one on Kings, one that needs to be fixed, and then we have another one on Thresher Road and Falls Hill that needs to be fixed.
I think there's one there too, isn't there?
Mm,
Or did that finally get done?
no, we did that about 4 years ago, I think. It's holding up for now. I know what you're talking about. They put a bunch of riprap over there and shorted it up.
Yeah, it's not something down there. But yeah, that's, and then that same grant, fixing the guardrails, I'd like to take off some ledge at the bottom of Thresher Road there as you're going up off the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
It's
On
got
the
a
right.
line there on that corner on the right. And so I've got my guy coming to give me a price on what do you think it might cost to do it, so. With that big hammer, and then
Can you grind it?
up on. You wanna look at it, you can?
Yeah. I'll take a look at it.
I didn't think of you, Paul, but
Throw my
yeah,
name in there.
yeah. Then there's another chunk of ledge. And a popple tree. Standing on the corner just before you
Yeah.
get to Bent Hill on the left
Mm-hmm.
on Thresher Road, and that's kind of blinding there, so. And then, of course, we could put a couple signs up, yields ahead to that intersection.
Okay.
We put up a sign that says watch for gravestone on, does that count?
No.
This,
Watch out for gravestones on the road.
and then
I know.
on Thresher Road, there's no signs that tell you.
No.
So many miles ahead that you have S turns down through there. So thought we should maybe buy a couple of those with suggested speed limit.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
that's exactly what this grant is supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it would.
Yeah, I think we need
It would
to crosswalk
be all
there.
one area of the town. that
Yeah.
way. And I think the corner is on a Thresher, but
Yeah.
everything else would be on Thresher Road. And
I don't think they care. I mean, I read through it a couple times. They don't care where it is. Scattered anywhere you want, up to 50
Yeah.
grand. So
Up that much?
50.
50 grand, yeah.
Okay. So we have until February 2nd to apply. Thank you. And
So I'm just trying to get some pricing for it.
okay. Did she provide the actual application? Okay, so we're good.
We
We
got
have
it.
everything we need.
I got it all.
Okay, So we just need to understand the pricing and then we can apply. Great. Okay, so, Paul, will you make sure to keep this item on the agenda so we don't forget to apply by February 2nd, please?
Yes, yes,
Thank
will
you.
do.
Thanks.
That's
Okay.
it. That's all I got.
All right. Thanks, Lauren. All right, let's move on to the grants report from Paul.
Okay, good evening. First and foremost, you know that I've been working on the closeout of the brick grant for the LHMP and through the Department of Public Safety. This week I forwarded to Megan a document, a financial report form for her signature, and with that we'll submit it. What we're looking for, the grant from the state for doing the local hazard mitigation or LHMP was for up to 13,000 plus 150 in operating expense. And of that, we used 970165 was a an invoice from Two Rivers for the consultant work, the contractual work, and we were able to use the staff time and volunteer time used in the meetings for 804. So, you know, $800 worth. That's pretty good. And with Megan's signature, we'll be submitting this form for reimbursement from the state for $7,879.28. So that'll be coming in hopefully in the weeks to come. Do you have anything to add on that, Megan?
I don't think so. If everyone's good with that, I'll go ahead and sign the reimbursement form.
Okay. You saw the small in the you were just talking about the transportation grants that are coming out this year, and I can talk with Rita about that and Lauren and work to see what we can do with regards to that. Minimum of $5,000, maximum of 50, and no match. So that's a nice
Yeah,
characteristic of this grant.
yeah.
And in your meeting packet, give me a moment to get over to there. There was a discussion. Sorry. There we go. Oops.
Are you looking for the safety grant?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so I think we just were talking about some of the options for applying under that. So I think, yeah, Paul, if you want to work with Rita and Lauren, we can put together some figures to submit an application for that one.
Okay. And so after I submit the brick grant for the LHMP, I'll be moving on to other grants on our grant list and see what I can do to move those along.
Okay. Sounds good. I think our next one in the hopper will be to close out the bylaw modernization grant since we're wrapping that up.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Structures.
Yep. Okay.
That's it for me.
Okay. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Okay, moving back down to old business. We already talked about the bylaw. Budget committee update, we're gonna table for January 2nd. Jesse, do you want to say anything about the audit or anything else to do with the budget?
There's tomorrow.
Okay.
She's excited. Look at her.
Does it usually last for more than one day?
They-
Like, do they come for more than one day?
Yeah, they're usually here for a couple days.
Okay,
And then they go back and then they have a bunch of follow-up questions and so on, but
okay.
so most, as far as I know, they'll be here. I sent a message asking what time and I haven't heard anything, so. But I assume they'll be here tomorrow,
Okay,
Thursday. So
that's good.
they might have some questions for more and maybe for you. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I remember last year I stopped by to have Derek look at the heater while they were here, and I ended up here for like an hour and a half. So
So don't stop
don't
by.
stop
for
by.
the next
Yeah,
2
right.
days.
Yeah. Yep.
It's point finger.
Yeah. And it was, well, I mean, it was all things that we had already talked about. So I
Yeah.
felt like I had good answers because we had already talked about it. So I was like, I know how to answer that question. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. So we'll do more like deep dive into the general fund budget and the capital fund and the vehicle and equipment fund on our January 2nd meeting. That sounds good to folks. All right, policy or the special appropriations policy revision. So we talked about this last time and I sent around and Paul included in the packet the revisions to the policy. So this is basically just to remove the references to nonprofit entities being the only eligible entity or the only entity subject to this policy. So that was a change that I made. And hopefully I'm got all the terminology. But it basically just refers to organizations in general that are seeking support to provide services to Braintree residents. Does anybody have any questions or comments on that?
It's mostly what this got changed, right? It was just like how we described the eligibility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and anywhere it said nonprofit, I
Yeah.
replaced it with organizations.
I'm just making sure.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, I'm sure you did a find and replace. I don't know how you did.
I think I did. It was 3 weeks ago, so who knows? And this is in response to the fact that Kimball pointed out to us that they're not a nonprofit, but they asked for a special appropriation. So,
Yeah, no, that's it.
okay. And just while we're talking about special appropriations, just so folks are aware, we got a revised request from the Historical Society. They're asking for less this year, just 4,500, and the library is asking for an increase to 18,000 from 15.
50. So
Okay.
what is that down on the historical society? Were
They were at 10, so
Mhm.
they're down to 45.
Okay.
They must have been coordinating with the library.
I was about to say so that's
Trade
it's
fund.
like a zero balance.
Yeah. Right. So, all right, then if there's no other discussion of the policy revisions, I'll make a motion that we amend the town of Braintree policy on special appropriations funding to make that clarification.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Okay. Next is town meeting planning. So, we tabled this from last time, although I guess we were talking about the town report last time, but wanted to find a date to hold the pre-town meeting informational session.
Pizza party.
Yep, pizza party.
It's gotta be after the reports go out.
Right. So the reports will go out no later than February 20th. Is what I have here. And then we meet with the voters on March 3rd. So I think last year we did it sometime that week before. So this year that would be the week of February 23rd. So we don't have a select board meeting that week.
So all we just do is that.
Yeah, do it select board night.
Tuesday the 24th
Yeah.
at 6 p.m.
Tuesdays.
That
That
would
works
Yeah,
for
that
her.
would- it worked for me.
Okay.
Yeah, plus gives people time to digest, gives them a week to digest.
Their
whatever's
pizza?
discussed.
A week
Their
before
pizza, yes.
Town meeting that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're sort of splitting the time.
Yeah.
Guess who's the problem?
Yeah, I know, Lou, you can't come?
not on my wife's 60th birthday when I don't know where I'm gonna be.
Well, we can do Wednesday, I mean,
Okay.
will it matter at all that week?
It won't matter.
Yeah, it
First
won't
week.
matter that week. The
Monday
week
or-
prior, maybe.
Well,
But that's like,
so I could do
and-
Thursdays or Fridays as well at
Yeah.
that point.
So Lou, the whole week you're unavailable pretty much?
I mean, we don't have a plan yet, but it could be that we're gonna be gone for a couple weeks.
That sounds so nice.
Are you gonna be around for town meeting?
It depends. I think so.
Okay.
I'm thinking more about 60th birthday than town needs, unfortunately.
Okay.
So,
All right.
and of course I
So
don't
I
have a
think
date
that's,
yet.
I think your priorities are right.
yes, we have no
Thank you.
objection to your priorities. We just want to accommodate your availability if there is any.
So yeah, I think, I think it's probable that we will be gone at least like the 20th to the 27th. So that whole week is shot. And then I think, yes, I think I'll probably be back for town meeting,
Okay.
but that information session is gonna be hard for me.
Okay. So
I can do Zoom. Yuck.
No, you're not gonna do Zoom on.
not on Lisa's
Good.
birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, come
There'll
back.
still be four of us there.
You still got,
Yeah.
if you miss the informational meeting, you're required to be at town meeting, so that's. Whatever.
Thank you, Dan.
It's my mom's birthday that day.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I think that's fair.
I'm
My
actually not
sister's
lying, but just
birthday.
so
It's
you know.
Lisa's birthday.
You gotta do one.
Okay. So Lou, we're gonna go with the 24th, acknowledging that unfortunately you're not gonna be able to join us, but
Yeah.
we'll be thinking of Lisa while we're eating our pizza.
Think she's
All right.
having
Yes.
something nicer than.
And hopefully she's having something better than pizza. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And then remember last year, I think we also did an information session before we went to press. Right? So we had
Oh,
our draft budget,
We did do
Um,
that, and no one came.
Yeah.
but
No one
it was nice to have it, I think.
I gotta
Okay.
I gotta tell you, Lou, I'm stretched a little thin right now, and I'm reluctant to plan a meeting to which I do not foresee anyone
Got it.
attending. I'm sorry,
Understood.
and I know I'm
Nope.
saying that on a recorded meeting, and people can
Understood.
about that, but like,
If we
I,
discussed
But
the
if
budget,
we tried
every
it,
select board meeting.
Yeah.
yeah.
We tried it, it was something that they didn't want. So,
Yeah. So, and I think what we can do is, make a special note maybe on the website that at our meeting on January 2nd, we will be taking a deep dive into the budget, and that would be a good time.
Or front
Or-
porch, put it on front porch.
Right.
Facebook,
Yep.
Get it out there.
Great.
That will be
Got
our the time for residents to do that.
And it's for the same purpose.
Yeah.
agree. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. But thank you for bringing that up. I had thought about that in my head and dismissed it, but then forgot to talk to anybody else about it. So,
I'm
sorry.
with you. Lawrence, you can do that.
Okay. All right, we have no new business to discuss. So we're going to move on to payment orders. Mr. Ben. Okay. I'll
Second.
second. Or Lou's gonna second. Lou can have it. All those in favor?
All right.
Aye. Payroll. Is it? Oh, did you payroll?
Yeah,
Okay.
Jesse's on top of it.
I
I'll make a motion to approve the payroll for period December 18th, no. For December 18th, 2025 for the period 11/30 through 12/13.
I'll second.
Too cumbersome.
All those in favor?
All right.
Go ahead with it.
Okay. All right, we're gonna move into our executive session.
I'll make a motion, we go into executive session.
Daniel's made a motion. I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to pause the recording.
Email.
All right, it is 7:41 and we're coming out of executive session and no decisions were made, so I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Awesome.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
All right, bye Lou, take care.
Good night, everybody. Take care.
Night.
See you, Lou.
Bye bye.